Well, cool. I'm an eager beaver, really excited to talk about the holidays. So let's go ahead and get that started. All of you that joined, thank you so much. Just it makes us excited to see that there's so many people that are wanting to learn more about ShortStack. And today, I'm Adam, and I'm joined with Jessica.
Hello.
And like I said, we're going to talk holidays. Jess, do you want to add anything?
No, I just wanted to, I guess, let everyone know that it is a pretty long training today. Well, not very long. It's a 20-minute pre-recorded version or pre-recorded portion of this training where we're going to go through some of our holiday templates. And if you have questions during the training, then just click on the little Q&A icon at the bottom of your Zoom screen and you can type a question in. So what we're gonna do is when we kick this off, we'll play that pre-recorded version of the portion of the training, and we pre-record it just because it makes it a lot cleaner. It also makes it really easy for us to distribute it afterwards. So yeah, so just as questions pop in your head, click Q&A, type out your question, and then as soon as that pre-recorded portion is over, then we'll get to all the questions.
Awesome. And yeah, after the video too, I will be discussing the holiday calendar template in more detail. So we'll walk through that while we're taking questions and answering those. So hopefully you guys will like everything you're about to see. And especially, hopefully, there will be a campaign that you guys are going to want to run for your business or your client. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch our video. Hey everybody, this is Adam Hembler with ShortStack, and I'm joined today with my partner in crime, Jessica Miller, and we are excited to talk about holiday templates.
That's right, Adam. These templates are great to use around the holidays, but you can use them year-round as well. We're going to start with one of our most popular templates, which is our giveaway calendar template. So if you're familiar with an advent calendar, this was set up to mimic that. It has 12 days of giveaways in which participants will click on a day and then enter that day's giveaway. This type of giveaway helps you boost brand awareness by encouraging participants to come back day after day. You can also gauge product preferences by evaluating which giveaways were the most popular. And of course, this giveaway is also going to help you collect lots of quality leads. This first example of a calendar giveaway is pretty true to how the template is set up. It offers 12 days of giveaways, and if I click on a day that's unlocked, then I'll see the prize and I can click here to choose to enter to win it. What I mean by unlocked is that when you set up the 12 days of giveaways, or however many days of giveaways you're going to offer, then you'll indicate which days that each giveaway will become available. So, for example, if you were going to offer your first day of giveaways on December 12th, then if somebody clicked on that day on December 11th, they might see a message saying, oops, this day is locked, come back tomorrow. Adam's going to talk a bit more about locked days and unlocked days when he walks you through how to set up these templates. So I mentioned that this giveaway calendar is pretty true to the template, but like any of our templates, this template is also completely customizable. So if you wanted to offer 30 days of giveaways or 5 days of giveaways, there's a lot of ways that you can make this template truly your own. Speaking of customization, I wanted to show you an example that our team came up with. And this example is indicative of just how customizable this template can be. So this is a giveaway that we're calling Jack on the Stack, which is like our version of Elf on the Shelf. Instead of a giveaway, each of these thumbnails unlocks every 7 days and displays a clue. As you can see here, this clue is still locked until tomorrow. The clue leads to Jack, who's hiding on a page somewhere on our website. When the participant finds Jack, they'll click on him, and that'll open up a pop-up displaying the giveaway's entry form. We felt that this was a great way to get some traffic throughout our website and also show off a really creative way to use ShortStack. Next, moving on from the calendar giveaway, we're going to show you another example of a holiday template that we call Win Your Wish List. This type of giveaway is also a great way to gauge product preferences and collect qualified leads. Here's an example of the Win Your Wish List giveaway. The participant would go through and select the items that they'd like to win, fill in the entry form, and once they submitted the entry form, their wish list would be displayed down here in a gallery. It's really fun to see the different products that participants add to their wish list, and there's a lot that you can do with that information as well. For one example, you could create mailing lists based on product preferences and offer product-specific promotions targeted to those lists. Similar to a Win Your Wish List giveaway, this is a Pick Your Prize giveaway. In this giveaway, participants will select the prize that they'd like to win and then fill in this entry form to win it. In this example, Edible Blooms is allowing participants to choose between edible Christmas trees, gift buckets, or a custom bouquet wreath. Apart from gauging product preferences, these types of giveaways also allow you to cast a wider net when collecting leads. So I may not be too into winning the gift buckets, but I would love a fresh flower bouquet or Christmas trees to put out during my Christmas party. If Edible Blooms had only put up this one prize, then they would lose me as a participant altogether. Okay, moving on to the last example. This last giveaway is my favorite. I love scratch and win games, probably because I'm a little impatient and I like knowing whether or not I won right then and there. And this example of a scratch and win giveaway that I'm showing you is another homegrown ShortStack giveaway that we built and ran just to show off our scratch and win feature. Now, when we launched this giveaway, it was right at the beginning of the COVID lockdown, so we just wanted to spread a little joy among our family of users, so we called this the Scratch and Grin giveaway. The premise was pretty simple. You just enter the form, then you scratch the image and see if you won a prize. When this giveaway was over, it had received more entries than any other giveaway we've ever hosted. The reason for our success, we believe anyway, came from a combination of factors. 1, the simplicity of entering. 2, the promise of multiple prizes, so there were prizes given away throughout the whole giveaway. And 3, of course, the instant win component. So now that we've made it through a short list of our favorite templates to use for your holiday giveaways, I'm going to hand you back over to Adam, who will walk you through how to set these up in ShortStack.
Thanks, Jessica. So I'm going to start by talking about the multi-day giveaway calendar. Then I'm going to talk about our Win Your Wish List, Pick Your Prize, and Scratch and Win templates. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to set these up. Like always, when you want to create a new campaign, you're going to go into the campaign builder. And I'm going to recommend that you start with our S2 templates, at least for the holiday calendar giveaway template. So I'm going to go over here and we'll go to holidays and we'll select the giveaway calendar template. Give it a good name. And now we're in the builder. Now, this is one of our more specialized templates, whereas we will provide you with a configuration option at the very top. So you want to use that when setting this up. So make sure you're in edit off mode, click the configure template, and now you'll have 3 different areas where you can customize this particular campaign. So the first one is calendar settings. This is where you choose the individual days that you want the calendar to be linked up to. And it doesn't have to be all in a row. It could be day 1 is on December 1, and then day 2 would be on December 3rd. So you can mix and match the days however you would like, and it can be as many days as you want. It doesn't have to be 12, it doesn't have to be 25. Down below you have some additional options, such as if you want to show a number in the calendar boxes that show up, or if you want to hide the number, and you might do that because maybe you are going to have an image there instead. And then, of course, like I just said, you can have an image by using the select image option down below. Up at the top under days, this will allow you to go through each of the individual days that you have set up. So I have 12 here because I kept it at 12 days. So day 1, you'd go through and we are confirming the correct prize date at the top. And then you can have an individual day image for day 1. And then an individual locked day image for day 2. So when that day is locked, it can be an image of the prize or maybe a hint of the prize, whatever you would like for the content to be. And then for the pop-up content, you'll tell us what the prize title is. Now, it doesn't actually have to be a prize title. Maybe you're making an announcement. It can be whatever information you want to put in there. And then prize image, again, it could be an image of the prize like the name entails, or if it wanted to be a coupon image or just, whatever content you want to put on that particular day. And then there's the prize text where you outline what all is going on, what the prize is, or maybe what you're announcing or whatever it might be. And then down below, there's a checkbox where it says show prize form. So that's if you want people to fill out a form in order to win that day's prize. If you keep that unchecked, that's where this day will become more informational or along the lines of an announcement. If you have this box checked, then the idea behind that would be you want them to fill out a form to receive a prize or maybe a coupon or something along those lines. Now, once you've set up all the days down below, you'll go to locked content, and then you can tell us what the locked day image is. Now, of course, if you set up each individual day to have its own locked information, then you may just keep it there and not update anymore, but it's completely up to you because it is your campaign. Once you're happy, click Save and Exit. And then at this point, it's just a matter of styling and adding other information that you would want to have on here. Now, you will see your individual days here, day 1 through 12 for me. This can't be changed in the sense of, moving a day to another spot. It is going to be in this grid. In the settings with the template, you are able to change the number of grids. We currently have it set to 4. And then if you want to test this out, you'll find this handy dandy date tool right above the grid where you can simulate a specific day. So I'm going to simulate December 2nd, and you'll see that 2 of my days are now open, but the other ones are still closed. That's what's supposed to be expected, and so it's working correctly. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Win Your Wishlist template. Now, the way this one works, you would upload a list of products that your audience, your participants would select from, and then they would fill out a form after they selected each of the products that they wanted to potentially win. They fill out the form, they hit enter, and then we'll have saved their wish list in your ShortStack account. Now, if you want, you can display those wish lists back onto the campaign. If not, then you can remove the step 3 of your template. And the easiest way to do that would be to delete the display wish list container entirely. Now, if you do keep it there, then that makes it easy for people to share their wish list with their friends and family. This is kind of a twofold campaign because, one, you're creating a list of entrants who are telling you what prizes or products that they are most interested in. And then also it allows your audience to create that wish list and share it with their friends and family and say, hey, this is what I want for Christmas. So hopefully that means increased sales for your company. Now, if you've ever done a vote-only type of campaign, this is very similar in the sense that there's a form at the very top, and you'll fill out this form for each individual product that you want to display on the step 1 area of the campaign. And you can choose to upload a picture of the product, and then you can say product name, product description, and a link to maybe your store where they can learn more information about that product. Now, of course, you can add more information by updating this form and including additional fields. We find that these fields are the most commonly used ones, so that's why we've included it on the template. Now, step 2 is then filling out the form. So like any other campaign or form that you create with ShortStack, you would edit this form if there's additional information that you want to collect from your participants. Now, if you were to edit this form, what you want to do is make sure to keep the My Wishlist Raw field and the My Wishlist field. So there's 2 fields, the My Wishlist Raw and the My Wishlist. If you were to remove these, then the features of this template would be broken, meaning we wouldn't be able to record the products that they chose, and that also means we wouldn't be able to display those products in a wish list format back onto the campaign. So make sure not to delete those 2 fields. And then down below, as mentioned, the step 3 areas where the wish lists will be displayed. And it'll be a text-based wish list, so it'll just be the names that you typed in for each product. So if I selected a product, then that would be displayed there. Now, we are going to display your products in the either the voting widget if you're using S1 or the entry widget in S2. And your participants will use the vote button to choose the product. Now, because of our options within the style panel, you can update that vote button to look like a check mark or a plus sign for an addition, if you will. So you have custom options for that. And then once you're all set, hit publish campaign and it'll be live. Now, one quick note, I did forget to mention this. When you are uploading your products, it is imperative that you have the live entries option set at the very top of your screen. you'll know that it's in live entry mode because at one, it'll say live entries and it'll be red. If you're not, then it'll just say test entries and it'll be gray. So make sure before you start putting in your products, you switch it from test entries to live entries. All right, next I am going to talk about the pick your prize template. This is actually one of my favorite ones, and I'll tell you why in just one moment. So the way this one works, very similar to the wish list template, but instead of having them choose multiple prizes or multiple products, they are able to choose one. Now, you would, again, make sure you're in live entry mode at the top and then in edit off mode, and then you're going to fill out that form at the top. That form is how you're going to display the prizes that your participants are going to select from. So you'd upload an image, provide a title. Now, of course, if you want to show a link, then you'll add a URL field to this and then put in the link to the prize. It's completely up to you on the information that's shown. So what's going to happen is the entries that you entered in above, the products, are going to be displayed back onto the campaign. And then as a participant, I will click the button below the product that I want to win, and then the form will open up. I fill out the form, and now the product that I chose, the name, is going to be entered into my entry information, so you have record of what I selected. Now, depending on the settings of the entry form, if you have it set to one entry only, that means I can only select one prize because it is the same form no matter which product that I click on. Now, of course, you can do more than 3 products. You can also limit it to more than just one entry per person, per email address, I should say. Now, if you do make edits to the form, much like the Win Your Wish list, there is a special field in here that you want to make sure is still there. So when you go into the Win Your Wish list, make sure that that field, because you'll see first name, last name, email, checkbox, and then you'll see that additional field. Make sure that that field remains, because if it doesn't, we won't be able to record the prize that they selected. Okay, now we're going to talk about the scratch and win template that we have. Some of you might be familiar with this. It's a variation of our instant win template. So we'll go into the S2 template area and we'll select the scratch and win. And the biggest difference of this template versus our old instant win is, as the name entails, it has a scratch and win component. So the way you set this up, and very similar to the other templates we've talked about so far, it has a configuration option at the top. So you go into edit off mode, click on that, and it's really simple. All we're going to do is ask you to upload an image that you want people to scratch off, which would reveal if they are a winner or if they are a loser. So you upload the image. We have some recommendations there for sizing. And then you can also tell us how much of the image they have to scratch off before it completely disappears. So you can control that as well. Now, once you set this up and close out this setup window, you'll set up the rest of it like any of our other instant win options. Most importantly, you'll go into the form designer, and then you'll go to the instant win option along the top. And in here, you have 2 options that you'll see on the right-hand side. You can either do static prizes, which means if I win the same thing as anyone else, or you can do unique prizes. And this would mean you upload a CSV into our system, and in that CSV would be a single column with rows of prizes. So as many rows as there are prizes for your contest, and we will give away, starting at the very top, that first prize for the person who wins it, and then the next person wins the second prize. So we'll go from top to bottom. So it's up to you on the order. Now, you'll also set up within the instant win area the start date and the end date. And so what will happen is we'll take the number of prizes that you're going to give away and we will distribute it evenly across each of the days. Now, evenly to the best of our ability. If you had 20 days and 21 prizes, one of those days is going to have 2 prizes. Every other day is going to have 1 prize. Now, with everything else, you're going to use our style panel to style up the campaign, make it your own, and then you can go through the other elements as well, changing the imagery, obviously changing the form if there's additional fields that you want. The rest of it is already set up to show either if you are a winner, what that content looks like, and if you're a loser, what that content looks like. And you'll be able to distinguish that in the Edit Widgets panel. We have each of those different stages set up using specific containers. Once everything is set up and you're happy to go, hit Publish Campaign, and you'll make it live. And now when participants fill out the form, if they're the first person to do it at or after one of those prizes random timestamps, then they'll see the winner message after they scratch off the message. Jessica, did you want to go over any other questions or any other items?
Thanks, Adam. I do have one really quick thing. I just wanted to mention that all the templates that we talked about in this training today are available on any of ShortStack's paid plans. So if you're on a paid plan, then you have access to the templates that we went over. So now take note of the links that are on your screen. This is where you can reach out to us if you have any questions that come up while you're setting up these templates on your own. But of course, while we have you here in this live training, we're going to go ahead and answer any questions that you have for us right now. So with that, we'll open it up to questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessica, for that great video. All right. Oh, and real quick, Jess, looks like you might be muted. All right, so it looks like we have a question already in the Q&A area, so let's get that open. Question from Christina. For the multi-day giveaway, can you have the days for informational content and have a sign-up form on the main page to be notified about all the products displayed? We will be doing a live auction and they want to share a product for the auction daily, but only one notification sign up for the full auction. Excuse me. Absolutely. You could definitely do that. So, and that's a great question because I'm going to be talking about the multi-day calendar template right now. So let's go ahead and create a new campaign. Now, as always, I kind of sound like a broken record here, but if you are using ShortStack right now or plan on doing so, which I hope you do, when creating a new campaign, you are going to want to start with the S2 template. All of the new improvements are in there. All of the templates that you saw in our video are in there. So I highly recommend go with the S2 because then you'll be making sure that you're using our most up-to-date feature. So I'm going to go view S2 templates and we'll go to holiday and we'll start with the giveaway calendar template. And we're going to go ahead and let this load real quick. And Christina, I'm going to circle back to you in just a minute while this is loading, but I got a question here from David, who's from Ireland. Hey, David, thanks for joining us later in your day. We appreciate that. He's asking, is there a monthly fee or how does it work for payment? Can you try for 1 month? Is the platform protected from fake Facebook spam? Well, let's talk about our pricing. We have month to month and annual. If you're going month to month, you can use this for as long as you want. So if after that month you ran your holiday calendar template or whatever it might be, and you just don't have anything going on, you have two options. You can either cancel the account or the better option would be to pause the account, which we have pausing options that can go up to 90 days. And within that 90 days, you can always reactivate early if you have an idea that comes up. And then you can look through our blog, you can talk to us still. And if you want a great idea for your business, we have plenty of them and we'd be happy to discuss options for you. So you can continue to get those leads, get information out there, whatever the end goal might be. But at the end of the day, there's no long-term contracts for ShortStack. It's up to you on how long you would like to use this for. Christina, let me circle back to you. So this is our holiday giveaway calendar template. Now, it sounds like some of you may be brand new to ShortStack. So real quick, I'm in the campaign builder. So this is where you build, design, customize, this is where you do everything. This was mentioned in the video. When using some of our specialized templates, you want to make sure that you're in edit off mode. And you'll come over here and click the configure template button. So this will open up the wizard where we make it very easy for you to adjust the days that are available, the content that's in each of the days without having to do, a bunch of coding or anything like that. We want to make it as easy as a process for you as possible. Now, I'm going to be answering your question, Christina, while also going over a few items here. So just bear with us for one moment. right here, we're in the calendar settings area. So this is where you dictate the individual days that you want available for your campaign. By default, we start with 12 days, but you can easily add more by selecting each of the days. And you don't have to go in order like I am. I can skip a couple of days, maybe the 17th and 18th of December doesn't really do much for me. So we'll just skip those days. So you have all the freedom in the world on how you want to set that up. And then you have some additional options down below where you can say, all right, show a number in the calendar boxes, or you can hide the number, if you wanted to just be an image or something else. And then, which the day image here, you would upload that image right here. And then you can decide how you want your calendar days to be displayed. Now it's going to be a grid format no matter what. You can just decide if it's going to be 1 column up to 6. Now, of course, if you go into mobile, whatever it's decided here, that's typically going to be more for desktop. When you get to mobile, it's going to shrink down and it's not going to be, a full 4. I think it's going to be either 1 or 2. All right. Now, if I come up to the days, and Christine, this is where I kind of circle back to your question. Each day can either be a giveaway type of format, which that's dictated typically by having the prize form be added to the day itself. Now, of course, there's other ways that you can run a contest where in the text that I have down below, let's expand this a little bit. I could easily put text in here that says, hey, go comment on this Instagram post or post to Twitter with this hashtag. But if what you're putting here is strictly going to be informational, like, hey, if you want to bid on this item, click here. That'll take you to the auction site where you can make your bid. That's fine. And then you would remove the show prize form option. That way you're not confusing people in the sense of, hey, here's this form that you need to fill out. Now, you do have an option here, Christina. You could show the form, and in your writing here, you could say, hey, fill out the form if you would like to be added into our reminder emails of what each day's prize is going to be. If you would prefer not to show the form in the particular day, you could add the form in the template itself, which I can show how that might look here in just one moment. Now, back to the overview of this particular template itself. Up here, day 1, and you'll see these are all of my available days. This is dictated either by what I did here, or I can add a new day by selecting this addition sign. Now, we're going to show you the prize date for each of the days, so that way it's a kind of a double confirmation. And then you can say the individual day image. That would be what the little tile shows. So if it's day 1, you can have a specific image for that day. Now, if you don't choose to do a day there, an image, then it would typically just show the number. And then you can have an individual locked day image. And then here's your prize title or whatever title you want to give that particular day. The image for that day, that we call it the prize image, but it's the content that shows up in the pop-up, and then the text. Now, you would go through each day, and the setup is going to be the same, meaning it's going to be very straightforward. You figure out one day, you got them all figured out then. And then you can go to locked content, make your updates here as well. Got a question here from Christina. And it's a good question to have because I'm talking about it right now. Do you have to lock the image after each day ends? No, you don't have to lock the day. So right here it says lock all days after today, or you could say but today. So it's really however you want to go about it. So you have options there. We try to be as flexible as possible. So once it gets past a particular day, then that day can remain open. Or if you want it to be just that day only, then it'll only be that day. With our platform, when it comes to what you're seeing right now with the wizard or styling, the layout, whatever it might be, we try to provide as much flexibility as possible. That's probably one of our biggest differences when comparing us to other platforms. All right, so once you set up all your days and you're happy with how that's going to look, you'll come down to continue, hit save and exit. And now your template is updated with your new days, which we're just going to see here in just a moment. So here's my 18 days. Now, if you want to test this out without having to change the days, you can easily just come up into this area and tell us what day you want to try out. So if I go to December 1, There it is. December 1's open up. I click on it. Here's the pop-up. Now back to your question, Christina, you'll see that the form doesn't show there. So it's just going to be this image, the title, here's the text. So in your situation of, hey, here's the item you can auction on or bid on, and then the catch your eye title, and then within the text here, you would provide the link to where they can go to make their bid. So hopefully that setup would work for you, Christina. Now, for the form itself, to finish answering your question, what you can do is you would add your form. Let's just do this real quick. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a container, and I'm going to add a form. Now, with our forms, what the heck? We'll go over it real quick. So I'm going to create a new entry source. I'm going to create a new form. So this is what we call our form designer. This is where you decide the information that you want to ask, the information you want to collect from your participants. I'm going to keep it simple here. Now I'm going to touch on our scratch and win because it's easy to touch on some aspects of that right now. Because with our scratch and win, we use the instant win tool that we provide you with. And if I enable that here, and then I come down here, I can decide how many prizes I'm going to give away, the start date, the end date. We distribute those prizes over that date range here. If you're going to do unique prizes, then you would enable that right here by selecting yes, and we'll prompt you to upload your CSV. What kind of prizes you are going to give away, the order that you're going to give away them in is up to you, because you would create the CSV in our system, outside of our system. And then the one row in that CSV, my apologies, I'm getting rows and columns mixed up. The one column, each row in that column would contain the prize name. So if you wanted to give away 40 unique prizes, then each row would be 40 unique prizes. Or if it's 40 prizes, but there's a mix of some and not, I mean, it ends up being whatever you put into that column. And then that's what we're going to display and distribute back to your individual winners. All right, so, let's turn off the instant because we don't want that right now. There we go. So I'm going to hit save and exit. So I have an extra form here now, but visually, I don't know if I want it like exactly right there. I mean, you can put it wherever you want. You can have it be a pop-up and have it open up if I click a button to do it that way. So at the end of the day, Christina, really no right or wrong answers. It's whatever is best for you or whatever your client is looking for. And then of course, with our great support team, we have live chat and email support. So, I mean, you can easily reach out to us and say, hey, here's what I'm trying to do. I feel like I maybe goofed on something, or do you think this is the best way to handle that? And we'll be happy to answer your questions and give you some feedback. All right. I'm not seeing any other new, here we go. Christina, you are my favorite person today. You got all kinds of good questions. So you're asking, can you embed a campaign in an email, or is it just restricted to landing pages, site, or social? So with our platform, we provide you the ability to host it as a landing page through our system, or you can embed it onto an existing website. We'll provide you a mobile-friendly iframe code. We'll generate it right from our system, and then you'd embed that into the body of the page that you want to display it on. There's some other options with the landing page. You can do a custom domains if you have a vanity URL. We have different setups for that. I do get this question sometimes when it comes to email. The best practice is not to embed it into an email. Not because it's not possible, but because email clients like Google, Yahoo, Outlook, they err on the side of caution, which is a good thing. And when you embed something onto an email, they see that and they get very suspicious, and you will either mark it as spam, dangerous, put it in junk, and they're not going to show that information. And if it's coming from you or your client, you don't want your emails to come across as, a potential problem and then keep people from opening them up with future communications. So highly recommend keep it on a landing page, or better yet, keep it on your website, because what better place do you want people to go to than your own website? All right, let's check our chat area, make sure there's no questions there. Okay, we're good. Um, got another question here. Christina, great. Do you have plans to allow publishing to Instagram? So Instagram and like Twitter, they don't have a designated location to publish to that platform. It's just going to be a link that you promote either through an Instagram ad or the bio area of your Instagram page. That's the only other area that you can have a clickable link. There is no real estate, if you will, that Instagram provides where you can actually have something like a landing page or content live. So Instagram is going to be primarily a way to either get the word out about it, or if you're going to run an Instagram contest, you can say, hey, comment on this Instagram post or post publicly on Instagram using an @ mention and a hashtag. Now, Facebook does have options, but it's becoming very limited on the kind of visibility that Facebook provides. Ultimately, Facebook just wants you to put ad money on their platform and promote it that way. So again, the landing page approach and embedding it on your website, they're going to be your best options. It provides your audience a more a better way to experience what you have going on. If you have it on one specific social media platform, you're limiting it to just that audience itself. All right. Great questions so far, everyone. If you have more, please feel free to ask them here. And it doesn't have to be just holiday specific, as you can tell from the questions we've had so far. I'm happy to answer whatever questions you might have. If they are holiday oriented, fantastic. Now, one thing I do want to mention, and this kind of goes with all of our templates, but specifically the holiday ones. Sometimes people will get it in their minds that, oh, this is specified as a holiday calendar template or a holiday recipe contest, or, they see the word holiday and think in their head, okay, this is only for the holidays. That's not at all at the case. I've had clients in the past, like I had a fashion client out of France. Fashion week, when things could actually happen outdoors with lots of people. They ran a calendar template during Fashion Week where each day was a new fashion look that they were announcing. And it ran for more than the week, actually. I think it ran for 3 weeks. So our templates are kind of fashioned in a way that is for the most popular time that they're used for. The holiday calendar template is used way more during Christmas than any other time of the year. But it has the ability to fit in all types of situations throughout the year. It's just really a matter of what is your goal, how do you want to approach it, and what are some fun ways that can be done to handle that. All right, let's check out the Q&A. You guys, Jess, you and I are getting really good at this because we don't have too many questions today. So if you guys do have questions, again, you can reach out to us at any time. Jessica, do you want to add anything for today?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to plug our next training, which is going to be a week from today on November the 12th. We're going to be covering some social media contests, so comment to enter contests and things of that nature that you can run in relation to the holidays, or you can, just like these templates, you can use these types of giveaways for all year long. So anyway, it'll be Thursday, November 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Perfect. Jessica, thank you so much for joining me today, as always.
It's my pleasure.
And everybody, thank you for joining me and Jess today. We love doing these. We want to make sure that you guys are aware of all your options with ShortStack. And we're always adding new stuff. In fact, we are on the cusp of adding something really great. We're excited for you guys to be able to check that out here in the near future. Looks like I have one more question here. Hey folks, looks great. Is the data entered available to send SMS and email to? We don't have any SMS features in our system. We do have email features, but any of the data that you collect, you can export at any time. We'll provide you a CSV. And with regard to SMS, obviously you're going to want to collect a phone number. So you have the ability to do that through our form. And then at the end of your promotion, export the entries and put it into whatever system you might be using for communication, and you should be all set. Thanks, David, for joining us from Ireland. Christina, thank you for all the great questions. And everybody else, I hope that this was informational and it helps you guys plan your holiday promotions. And don't hesitate to reach out to us at any time. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day and a good holiday season.